Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So, channel members, you will have a collective message post this evening, so definitely check that out. If you're interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. If you are part of the Magicians or High Priestess tier membership, you guys have a live with me tomorrow. If you need details about when that is, navigate over to the Communities tab and there's a post. If you're interested in 5-minute customized subliminals, there is a link in the description box for my Buy Me a Coffee. There are 2 spaces available for this week. And if you are interested in meditation, subliminals, and overnight affirmations, definitely check out the new channel, which is linked in the description box as well. Okay, let's go ahead and let's begin. Taking a step aside. And allowing Spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. Okay, the first card that comes out is called the Keeper of Boundaries. I actually feel that this means something a little different. Let's see. I do think that boundaries is something that's probably coming up, if not currently, then rather recently within this time period. But this is feeling a little different. This feels a little bit like breaking out of our own barriers, out of our own comfort zones in some way. We have the Keeper of Sanctuary, boundaries that keep us safe, right? They're telling me to pull this one in. Keeper of Sleep. Okay. Yeah, vulnerability is kind of coming through with this. So one of the things that I'm feeling for this collective is that there's some things that are really testing our comfort zones at this time. There also is probably some area in our life, I do feel like this is just recently passed, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks before this, probably the week leading up to this reading. Whenever you see it, it feels like having to exert boundaries or lay down some ground rules in a situation. But what I'm really seeing here for this present energy that's taking place in this collective is stepping outside of our comfort zones in some way, possibly in a greater sense of vulnerability or in a space of holding ourselves, like and observing. I do think it's going to be different for everybody. There's some sort of change that's trying to take place, some sort of transformation. Now, there does feel like there's a little bit of a new growth that's taking place, but this new growth seems to be happening in spaces that we don't necessarily see. So this can be spaces inside of ourselves. It can be in spaces within people who we are interacting with, if that's who maybe these boundaries had to be set with. So there seems to be some, I feel like this overturning of energy, and you may feel that way. You may feel like the energy inside your life has changed a little bit, or you may even feel like the direction that you're heading in has changed a little bit, even if seemingly nothing has changed. So there's these feelings that are coming out right now in this collective that I'm reading for, and these feelings are basically intuitions and inspirations that are coming up, right? The thing is that rather than following those intuitions and inspirations, it's very important to sit back and observe them, right? Too often we follow those intuitions and inspirations quickly, as though those are law, right? And then we wonder why things kind of went awry or why it didn't necessarily work out the way that we intuited. It's very important to allow ourselves to sit back and to observe the intuition and the inspiration before we take action, because sometimes what initially comes through is not the whole story. So that's a little bit of guidance for somebody here. One of the things that's kind of reaffirming that to me is here with the Keeper of Boundaries. One of the things that we have is we have this man here. Oh, and there's a hidden card. We're going to get to that. Okay, let's get you now. Okay, so I don't forget you. He kind of reminds me of the Page of Wands. And rather than looking forward, he's looking backward, right? And he's got his power animal with him. He's looking backward. This is that intuition. For some of you, an intuition might be telling you to go back. Go back, you know, leave behind what you've created and go back, or to start over, or to go back to a particular cycle, right? And so this is why we have to wait. We have to give it a little bit of room to breathe, because we might receive more. sometimes our intuition or inspirations, they're not necessarily a call to action, they're a call to reflection, right? And we won't necessarily know that if we act right away. So let's see. This card is Keeper of Grace. And so there may be issues regarding compassion, regarding extending more patience, whether it's to ourselves or to others. This may be part of what you're intuiting right now. Go back and extend some patience or compassion. For some of you, it might be that the compassion or the patience is the full story. So you're going to have to discern for yourself what's going on. This is going to be a little different for everybody. Everyone's in a different place within this energy, and energy is very fluid. There is a little bit of this sense that from our root chakra to our solar plexus, and I'm going to say that because of this figure right here, there's a little bit of a rigidity, right? I have come to operate this way. This provides me with structure. This provides me with safety. This, is my survival mechanism. This is how I keep myself safe. And these may be things that are starting to change and grow. And this may be the comfort zone, right? This is probably the comfort zone that we're being asked to grow out of. The rigidity of our sense of safety. Okay. Let's see. This artist is Stephanie Puimin Law. I wish that I had her other deck up here. She did the Dreamscapes. Shadowscapes Tarot, Shadowscapes, Dreamscapes, I can't remember the exact name of it. I don't have it around, do I? No, I don't. Okay. Okay. So really this space that we're finding ourselves entering into, where there's this new growth and these new inspirations and these challenges towards this sort of like sense of safety. And I keep wanting to say this, so I'm just going to say it. For some of you, it's a sense of complacency. It's really kind of the gateway between the phase that we're in and the next phase. For some of you, we've been flirting on the edge of this gateway for a little while. It almost feels like we're stuck in this area because we're still being shown ways that we're holding the sword, right? That's not going to be for everybody. For some of you, it might be ways that you're keeping yourself stuck. If you find that you're keeping yourself stuck or you have a fear of being seen, I challenge you to examine that also. There can sometimes be a little bit of an underlying energy of holding the sword. In other words, it doesn't mean that we're being aggressive. It means that we're afraid that everyone is against us and everyone's out to get us, right? So there's a little bit of those energies that are trying to kind of work themselves out as we're in this space. I'm seeing this Keeper of Sleep as being like this holding moment. And I keep getting this message for this collective, so I'm probably reading for the same collective that I have been reading for. Again, when I've said this in other readings, one of the things that I've said is that this is an alchemical space, and that's what we have coming next. It's the Keeper of Alchemy, and then the same message, lightening up and learning to play here. So these are the tools, again, that are being highlighted for this collective. We're learning how to sit in the process of alchemization and understand that we don't always see that on the surface. We have to trust that it's taking place, right? Here, one of the things that's showing up is that this is something that is moving us into a doorway or a gateway of actively learning how to effectively connect. So this is the Singer of Connection. Now, what came out also was the Piper, and the Piper is about seduction and music and the things that fill our senses. What's happening here is there seems to be someone learning how to calm their nervous system. There seems to be a little bit of this learning how to change a reactivity or a default, right? I default to this because it keeps me safe. I default to this because this is what I know and it's comfortable. I default to staying inside all the time because I just don't trust what's going on out there. Or I default to, whatever the reasons are. Not everybody who stays inside all the time is because they have issues with the outside world. But there's just some sort of default that we keep switching into, and you've outgrown it, right? It's time to outgrow it. You've outgrown it, and your life and yourself and your soul are trying to have you stay in this current moment to give it enough time to process and for something new to grow up out of that. The reason why I'm saying that is this here. We have all these shoots on these trees growing, and there's these beautiful flowers up here. And oftentimes that growth is taking place inside of our mind, right? You see her face here. This is all happening in the head space. So as that happens, we're going to see that certain ideas that we had are not necessarily the allies that we thought that they were, right? And that's how it goes, right? As we evolve and as we grow, we understand that the ideas that we once had that were like, yeah, this is it, this is a great idea, we kind of stripped that away and we're like, oh, that's actually the idea that was keeping me stuck. That may be happening for somebody right now. There are some symbols that are standing out to me, both in the crystal ball and on the cards, so I'm going to go ahead and give those symbols. If you're new to my channel, the symbols do not mean that the reading is or isn't yours. It means that if they are yours, to pay extra attention. So the first thing that I'm seeing is I'm seeing something about a staff. So there's a walking staff of some kind. I'm also seeing a measuring tape, like this is like ooh, what is this? This is, I think it's like one of those loose tapes that are used in clothes making. Okay, like a seamstress measuring tape. Okay, I'm seeing a bobcat. There's some kind of blue stone. What is this? Oh man, what is this? I think I have one in here. Hold on. I do not have one in here. Oh yes, I do. Okay, whatever this is, right here. I'm seeing like a bigger version of this. It's not turquoise. It's some kind of blue stone. It's got like some royal blue in it. It's got turquoise in it. It has a little bit of like almost a brownish look in it. So, okay, somebody's gonna recognize that. Okay, there's something about an Easter lily. Also peach flowers. That's kind of interesting. Okay, and then it's some sort of shell. It spirals in, but it's got like these spikes on the outside. Okay. All right, so those are the symbols. All right. As I said that, I think this is funny. The bottom of the deck was the shell that spirals inward. Okay. Oof. Nope. There we go. Okay. The Halls of Amenti may be coming up for somebody right now. If it is coming up for you, definitely look into that. I would highly recommend looking into like historical sources of the actual stories of the Hall of Amenti. I don't know why that's the way they're telling me to go, but that's the way they're telling me to go. There's something historical that is of value to whoever that is seeing the Halls of Amenti come up over and over. I also want to say that the card here actually says Hall of Amenti Initiation, and that's really what this Guardian of the Gate represents, right? This represents an initiation into a new phase. Here we have Lost Compass getting back to integrity. When I see this compass, it has a bunch of numbers outside, almost like it's a clock, right? It's not necessarily the clock numbers, but there may be a sense of running out of time, so somebody may be rushing through something, or they may be trying to rush through something. This is going to add pressure, right? And anytime we have that pressure, we have an energy block. So do yourself a favor, allow yourself to have space and not apply that pressure, right? One of the things that's taking place inside of this, there's rings. So for some of you, there may be a pressure to commit that's taking place inside of a relationship, for example, or there may be a pressure to like keep some sort of oath, or yeah, I just keep feeling a lot of pressure as I'm staring at this card in conjunction to this reading. For some of you, this is about allowing yourself to slide into the direction that we should be pursuing, right? There may even be questions about that. Which way do I go? What should I be choosing here? Should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? And so this is going to require this time and this space for something behind the scenes to actually grow, some sort of alchemical perception. Here what we have is we have karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. This is what it's leading us to. The space where we have a greater awareness and a greater connection to ourself, which is the releasing of karma. And this will allow us to rewrite the choices that we make in the future, the things that we attract, the things that we accept, right? And so there is something here that is trying to grow and trying to evolve so that the future story that you live can also grow and evolve with you. There's something that we've outgrown. And this, what we've outgrown most likely is something within the mind space that is causing something in our 3D that we've outgrown to be there. So whoever this message is for, this is a very transformational energy that you're going through right now. And I really I'm feeling this card almost as the central focus to all of this, getting back to integrity. And it doesn't mean that you haven't had integrity. What this is saying to me is getting back to your own personal direction, getting back to a place where your authenticity is the light by which you're living, rather than maybe someone else's, or maybe some story or narrative that we've adopted along the way, which we do as people, right? This is about finding your own center and finding your own truth and being able to navigate your future in accordance to that. Really, it's an initiation into the mysteries. The mysteries themselves are this, right? So lots of themes surrounding confidence and the solar plexus may be coming up right now. There may be a lot of merging energy into the heart space that's triggering that. So if this is your message, I wish you the best of luck with this energy. And if it resonates for you, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment. And until next time.